Hi, everybody. I'm Heather Wilson. I am the staff that has just been assigned to your Crop Hunger Walk, the Van Buren Pawpaw Crop Hunger Walk. Small note, my brother-in-law does live in Pawpaw, so I do know where you guys are. I do live in Michigan. I'm up in the Canadian Lakes area, which is between Mount Pleasant and Big Rapids. So that's where I am based in my house. I don't travel, so I don't get to meet you or share this in person, but I would love to say thank you. Thank you, whether you're planning, you're walking, you're raising funds, you're a team captain, you go online, you collect checks in person, you talk to us at your church about us at your church. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for doing that. And thank you for supporting Church World Service, the people close in your area, and the people far away across the world. And across the world is where I went. In February, I got to go to Kenya and to visit some of our programs. And I do have a little PowerPoint that I will share, and then you can I'll walk you through one of the things I got to do. You can see how raising funds helps those in Kenya. Okay. Okay, there's a few other names on here. We did a big presentation a few weeks ago, but mine's at the beginning, so I'll share it with you. Okay, so the first 2 days, well, we flew into Nairobi and then we went about 50 miles south of Nairobi to Kitui County. Now, Kitui County is been under has been under a severe lack of water for the last 3 years. So when you're driving through Kitui County, you see dry fields, dried up corn in fields. And what surprised me the most is when you cross bridges, like big bridges across major rivers, there's no water. It's just a dry riverbed. So that's what you see when you go to Kitui County. So what we're doing in Kitui County is this: sand dams. Now, if you've been around for a long time walking or planning a walk, and you can go back maybe 12 years, you'll remember we had a CD back then that had the women on water in rural Kenya. And this is what they were doing. They were building a sand dam back then. This is a new sand dam. It's 4 months old. Up in the top there, you can see it. What a sand dam is they put a cement berm across the river. They can also bring in rocks and things like that. Sand is put above it and below it. The rain will come pounding down. It will shift sand below it until it becomes level with that berm and rises to the height of the riverbank. But right now, and that's kind of like a 5-year process. Right now, if you can see that big hole off to the right, that is actually like a natural big borehole they put in there. And so they can come down and they can scoop around that and they can access water. Sand dams are typically between 25 and 40% water, and they're great at natural filtration systems. So basically, that's what a sand dam is. It's a filtration system. It's a water holder. And then over time, when that builds up, it creates much more lush greenness for them. As you can see in the bottom picture, that is a 16-year-old sand dam down there. The upper picture, it also has, you can't see them, but there are mango trees lining this river. And right now their roots are exposed. As that sand builds up and those roots are covered, they should get some really good mango production out of their trees again. Once a village or these communities have water access, then the girls quit walking. They can go to school. If it gets enough water, they can share it with the schools. It helps them agriculturally. It helps them in their homes with cooking and health bathing and stuff like that. And it helps them with their animals. You have to be able to give animals water. And during the course of this massive drought, they lost over 600,000 animals. So there was major loss of animals for the communities in Kitui County. So anyways, like I said, they are starting to get water out and be able to dig for water here. Now, they had 2 months to build the sand dam. This community wanted it so bad, they did it in 2 weeks. This was actually a river that just kept getting skipped. The county decides on who gets a sand dam or where it goes. They kept skipping this river. So Church World Service went in and said, we have the money, we have the knowledge, we have the ability to do this. And so the county said, okay, go ahead. And we were able to do this sand dam. We don't build them, they do. We supply, we teach. So then the next, so then we got done with that sand dam in that community. And we were lucky, we got to go over to what we call the famous one, the original sand dam from the Women in Water video from oodles and oodles of years ago that made Mary Obiero our head staff person in Kenya. It made her famous. So anyways, it has been in service for 16 years now, as you can see in the bottom. And it actually has a pump, a borehole and a pump. The sand is up to the level of the side of the banks. It is lush and green when you stand on it. It's got grass all over the sand dam. It is lush and green all the way down. It has so much water from the bore that they can pump that they are sharing it with the schools. And it has helped their agriculture. It has helped their animals. It has helped their homes. That those two communities with that mature sand dam, of course, they've had it for 16 years. They've been able to establish a savings account of 500,000 shillings, which is about $3,200. They also have another account of $150,000 or shillings, sorry, which is about $1,200. They use that one to issue loans. So say maybe you can't sell your goat, but you need a new hoe and your kids need uniforms for school. They will loan that. And when you sell your goat, you pay it back. Now, these communities aren't just given these dams and off they go. We continue to work with them. We help them establish, like I said, those savings accounts. We don't give them the money. We teach them how to have them. These communities come together to do these things, and then they create boards. They have presidents, they have treasurers, they have board members, they have rules, they have buy-ins, they have all kinds of things to help them have success with their water and their sand dams. Now, we're always told when you go, we were told when we went to Kenya, it's a lot like going to Mexico, only drink bottled water. So when we were visiting this mature sand dam, we had a coworker from Nairobi who was handed a container of water from the sand dam. And then you can see on his face, he's like, I don't know if I should drink it or not drink it. And up walks Mary Obiero and she drinks it. So I have that video and it's pretty cute. So you can see he's like smiles and he's just not really sure if he should drink that water. That's Mary. And you can't hear it. But basically, she's saying you can drink the water. Actually, we could have drank the water. It's so highly filtrated through the sand that that's the one bit of water you're safe to drink when you go into Kenya, is any sand dam water like that. And of course, if it drips back out, it just goes back down into the sand. And like I said, this one is so packed with water that they share it with the schools. So, and then let me go one more, and this is it. Now I'll leave you with this. This is my friend Nancy. I love her and I miss her. Anyways, she's from the first community. And when we were there, we were taking pictures, and I have this goofy hat that we had, which was actually a godsend for the heat and the sun there. But it snaps up on both sides, one side or two sides. And I had it snapped up the day before when we were at her community. And for some reason, I don't know, I look like I should have been in the Australian outback, I guess. It cracked her up. She laughed. She thought I was so, she just laughed and laughed at me. And so anyways, we became fast friends. We walked back to the cars together and we talked and I got a big hug from her and she asked if I would see her the next day. And I said, yes, we're going to the demonstration farm and I know you'll be there and yes, I'll see you. And so then this is the next day. And this is at the end of learning. We were able to learn about the demonstration farm, how we are teaching all of these communities how to grow drought resistant crops, but also how to plant them in ways that conserves the water that they need to water their plants with. So and then we were able to also see they brought a lot of different products that they sell. If they have bees, you know, they're making hand lotion and stuff for your lips and your skin, and they're also doing of course they do weave baskets, and they sell their crops. There's a lot of dried beans and a lot of things like that, dried peas, and they sell those, and so we got to see a lot of that stuff. But at the end of the day, Nancy came over and she gifted me this beautiful bag that she made me, and it's it made my whole trip. And inside that bag were 2 huge papayas that I took back that night, and we sliced them up, and all the Church World Service staff got to have fresh papaya from Nancy. And what can I say? Nancy is someone who doesn't just listen to what we try to teach them and do a little. She listens, she takes notes, she asks questions, and she does a lot. And she took all those farming things that we were teaching them, composting, drought, watering, seeds, drying seeds and having them for the next year. She took all of that back to her village on her plot, and she didn't just do a little, she covered her plot. And so last year at demonstration day, she actually won the award for best farmer. So that's a little bit about Nancy. Nancy also serves on the board of that community. So she's involved that way too. So anyways, this is my friend Nancy, and I'm supposed to tell you that she says thank you. She appreciates everything Church World Service has done. She thanks you for the dam. She thanks you for the education, and she thanks you for the knowledge. And then I would leave you with the one thing, no matter where we went, and we were in the Tana River Valley too, visiting and doing food distribution there, because they were had been massively flooded in December of 2023. And no matter where we went, no matter what community we talked to, the women would say, if you give me bees, chickens, education to farm, or bees, chickens, education to farm, or goats, I get to send my kids to school. Because the men, it's just a cultural thing. The men don't like the money to go to send the kids to school. And in Kenya, it's paid through elementary school, but then you have to pay for uniforms and the rest of your child's education. And so it's very expensive. And if we can give the women the knowledge to earn the money to, then they get to send their kids to school, and that's very important to them. So just think about what your fundraising does. It not just helps them with water, it helps them with growing their food, better nutrition, better cleanliness, better able to take care of their animals, possibly sell honey, sell chickens, sell goat milk, become more valid in their family, the women do, when they start to make money in the men's eyes. And then you get to send the kids to school. You're giving the kids educations. That's what I came away with, is how much the littlest thing we can give them, teach them, or we can help them. It all comes back to they end up being able to get their kids educations. And I just I'm amazed by that. So I think I've talked enough. If you have any questions, there is a Tana River County that I could talk about too, but this has gone on long enough. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. And again, just know that I thank you very much. And what you are doing is amazing. And Nancy said, she said, if I come back and talk about her, I'm supposed to say thank you. So from Nancy, thank you. And from me, thank you. And have a great, great walk.